Hey friends, Lucian here with the Bullish Bears team. Wanted to make this video here to do my watch list for tomorrow, July 13th. I'm also going to show you again interactive brokers as well, seeing what availability there is for shorting. As you'll see my last video I just did, I'm in the transition to moving over to interactive brokers to be able to do a lot more shorting. I still love Thinkorswim for longing. I still think they have the best platform overall, but they're absolutely horrible for shorting. So when I make my watch list, I'll show you, using the Thinkorswim scanners that we have set up. But I will also go over and I will put them into my interactive brokers watch list and show you, some short availability. Again, things can change as of tomorrow, but at least it'll give you kind of an idea of what's available with interactive brokers, and you'll see that there's just much more availability than Thinkorswim. So I'm going to go up here and I am going to create my watch list. So I just go in here and I'm going to edit the one that I had from today, change it. Rather than creating a new one, I just edit it. Go over here, I'll remove these symbols, and there we go. We'll save it. I will go up here to scan. You'll see here's the criteria. Stocks between 30 cents and $30, minimum 500,000 in volume, and stock percentage change of at least 5% or more. So I'll hit scan here, and you'll see here there's quite a bit. There's 59 of them here. So let's go over here and start and go through each one. We're looking for stocks that hold their highs to either see if they're going to have another run up the next day or for potential shorting opportunities. So let me go over here. We'll start with BDR. Let's see here. See, I don't really like this chart, but just to give you an example here, when I go over to, oops, hold on a second here. When I go over, that's my recording software. When I go over to interactive brokers, we'll see what they have for availability for shorting. So something like this I wouldn't even put on my watch list normally, but if I go over, it would show me right here if it was shortable. Right now it's not shortable. But again, stocks that I wouldn't even necessarily normally look at, I would take a look at and add on to my watch list with interactive brokers that I wouldn't with Thinkorswim, because you would never get shares of this available here. So I'm not going to put BDR on my watch list. NRG, yep, this one held its highs. I'll put this one over here. I am sure that Thinkorswim has shares available, but just to check, we'll click on trade. You'll see ETB means easy to borrow, so there are shares to short. NTB would be not to borrow. So easy to borrow, not to borrow. HTB, hard to borrow, forget it. You could pretty much never get them. But then if there's nothing there, they say that you should be able to get them, but sometimes you're not available to get them. So it's just ETB is your best shot of getting shares to short with Thinkorswim. I'm not going to put this one on my interactive brokers one. I keep the ones for interactive brokers. For me personally, just my own preference, I just keep it for stocks under $10 for over there. So I'm not going to add it over there. CHKE, let's see here. Not the greatest for volume. It did hold its highs for today. But if you look over here, so you can short CHKE. So if it does run up tomorrow, you are able to short it. It's kind of a matter of preference. It did hold its highs today. Again, not much volume, but I'm going to put it on there just because it has availability to short with Thinkorswim, and I think interactive brokers, I would assume, would definitely be able to have shares to short. Yep, 1.46 million. So I personally like the reason why I like going over to Thinkorswim or to interactive brokers. I like being able to play a stock both ways. So if like this stock here didn't have shares to short with Thinkorswim, I might not put it on the watch list. But because there's shares to short, it gives you an option to play either way depending on what happens tomorrow at the open. So that's why I put it on there. PIOE, look at that mess. Absolute garbage. I'm not putting it on there. NTB. This one, it's close to 1 million shares are traded today. I might put it on my watch list. Let me see. So this one right here, perfect example. Here's a $10 stock with Thinkorswim, not available to borrow. So you can't short it with Thinkorswim. But let's go over to Interactive Brokers and see what they have. So Interactive Brokers has 104,000 shares to short. So that's a perfect example of a $10 stock that you can't even short with Thinkorswim. It's absolutely absurd to me. Hold on a second here. Let me just add that on. That's what drives me nuts about Thinkorswim. So this one, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about this. I'll put it on the watch list. I will, just to have you take a look at it. It's on my other one with Interactive Brokers. So if you're able to short, keep an eye on it. CNBX. Okay, choppy, doesn't look great, but so I wouldn't put it on my Thinkorswim one. But for the heck of it, let me go over here, CNBX, Interactive Brokers, see what they have, and look at this. Interactive Brokers has at least 251,000 shares to short. So that's something, again, I can have it on my watch list, watch it, and if it goes up or down, I can keep an eye on it. If volume comes in, it's a garbage looking chart here, so I'm not going to keep it on for Thinkorswim, but perfect example, under $1 stock that I'm able to short with Interactive Brokers, which is awesome. CYTR, another one, absolute mess. It did hold its highs. Lots of volume. I will put it on the watch list. Now I will go and check over with Interactive Brokers. Nothing with Thinkorswim to short on that one, I'm positive of. But look at this over here, Interactive Brokers. Right now, at least 138,000 shares. So that's awesome. Another sub $1 stock. OWCP, kind of another messy one here. It's just kind of garbage. I'm not going to put it on my Thinkorswim watch list. It's been falling down. Again, I'm not even going to have it on either of them. PDFS did hold its highs. Put it over here, PDFS. IBIO, kind of messy looking here. Lots of volume. It's not doing much of anything. I'm just trying to think. I don't even know if I'd waste my time over at Interactive Brokers, but I just like testing them out lately and seeing what they have available. And look at that. There's at least 97,000 shares right now. I'm not going to put it on my watch list over here, but look at that. That's another one. Sub $1 stock over with Interactive Brokers, which is awesome. Another one here, NETE. Not going to put it on my watch list, but let's look at Interactive Brokers. And it is shortable. Let's see how many thought. At least 28,000. Not a ton, but at least you have a shot. See, I keep going back and forth showing you guys because obviously if you've been following the Bullish Bears for a while, our team here, you'll see that I did a whole Thinkorswim course. And it kind of pains me because I really love Thinkorswim. I think they're a fantastic company, great platform, fantastic customer service. Did so much to promote them. But just the more I started trading and the more I wanted to get into shorting, it just absolutely frustrated me that they didn't have shares available to short. I also, I called them up. I tried so many different ways to ask them, told them about our community, how many people that we have in it. It's just not their deal. So I had to move over. I tried Centerpoint out. Again, not saying anything bad. I just wasn't a fan of having Centerpoint and then paying for a platform like DOS and then having another company control my money. So there was 3 different hands in one pot. I just didn't really like that. So now I've been with Interactive Brokers for about a week and a half now. I'm getting more comfortable with them. Their platform's very similar to DOS. If you look over here to this is called the Mosaic platform down over here. It's very similar to DOS. Some minor things that aren't great, like some of the different. Let's put it this way: Interactive Brokers, good customer service, not great. Thinkorswim customer service, fantastic. They're the best. Interactive Brokers, it's enough to do the job. Their platform, good, not great. I could pay, or anybody can pay to get the DOS platform, and you can use it with Interactive Brokers, which would be better. I'm trying to kind of just stick with this platform because when I make videos and share with the community, like I want to be able to just use this platform, make it universal. It's the most economical for everybody in our group. So I'm trying to commit myself to this. But the one thing that just really bothers me is the VWAP is absolutely awful on this. However, oh wait, that was very weird. I just saw, this is something new to me. I never saw their VWAP indicator on this before. Well, I'm sorry, I have their VWAP indicator. I've put it on the charts. It's awful to look at, but now I'm seeing, this is interesting. I never noticed this before. I'm going to have to look into this a little bit more that I haven't on here. They have an absolutely awful VWAP indicator. And if you're day trading, that's a very critical indicator to use. It's right up there with EMAs, especially with shorting, in even longing as well, just watching back and forth. But what frustrates the heck out of me is their VWAP is absolutely awful. So sorry to go off on a tangent. Again, I just want to, for anybody that's watching these videos, if you're thinking of going over to Interactive Brokers, I'm leaning more towards really liking them, and I think I'm going to be staying with them long term. So that's what I've been feeling so far. So as you can see, again, stocks that you would never have in play, a couple of them right over here with Thinkorswim. So sorry to kind of divert there, but just kind of wanted to give that little plug again for Interactive Brokers. CRNT over $1 million, did hold its highs. Little choppy, but I definitely will put this on the watch list. CRNT. If you go up here to Thinkorswim, wow, they actually have shares available to short. Surprising. So I will definitely put that over here as well. And Interactive Brokers has well over 700,000 shares to short. CALA, C-A-L-A, did hold its highs. I will put it on the watch list. Myo, M-Y-O, kind of choppy. It's held its highs. This one might be one that might be due for a pullback. So let's see if Thinkorswim has shares to short of them. Not to borrow. So look at that. So there is one right there. It's a $13 stock. It's had 3 green days. Might be coming up pretty soon for a potential reversal for a short. $13 stock. Thinkorswim does not have shares to short. I will bet you money that Interactive Brokers does. So if you go over here, you'll see 41,000 shares. Not a ton. That's not a lot. So again, it looks like they have shares to short. I'm going to keep this on here right now. If I have my watch list gets too big, then I'll remove it because I try to keep it for under $10. Just my preference over there. CTRL did hold its highs, a little bit choppy. Let's see over here. Shares to short, easy to borrow. So keep an eye on that one. CTRL. Potential, let's see where it's been running up here. Yeah, it's been running up. It might have a pullback at some point, but keep an eye on it. It's run up a few dollars, so that might be one as to watch for a potential short. OGXI, don't like it. ACBFF, marijuana stock. Not a lot of volume. Did hold its highs. 3 green days. Watch this. You're not going to be able to short this with Thinkorswim, but here's a test. Let's go over to Interactive Brokers and see. Look at this. Man, I wish I had these back in I wish I had Interactive Brokers last summer and fall. See, this is what's awesome. These marijuana stocks, they're great to play. They're so volatile, but if you can only play them longing and not shorting, it really stinks. So look at this. I can throw this on my watch list, and it's in play. So I can watch, see what happens tomorrow. I have it on my watch list. It's a couple dollar stock. I'm able to play it where I'm not with Thinkorswim. RPRX, another one. It's just kind of messy. It has held its highs. you'll see it's been running up a little bit. It's not, I don't know if I'll put this on my watch list. I might put it on it, but again, would I put it on my Interactive Brokers one? Let's see. Yeah, I mean, there is some shares to short, so I'll have it on there. Again, ones to watch. I like these over here, these small, real small cap ones that I am able to play up or down. It gives me options rather than, again, with Thinkorswim, some of these on the watch list, you can only play them on the way up and not on the way down. So I will, just because there is a lot of volume, I will put it on the watch list. Don't love it. INPX, that is ugly. So I'm not going to put it on the watch list. FLXN, it held its highs. It's been running up a little bit. It's up a few dollars. You know, keep an eye on it. Potential short, but a potential gap up to fill as well. So just keep an eye on this one here. It might be going up to fill the gap, might fall back down. But FLXN. AKAO held its highs, has some volume. I'll put that on the watch list. CERU, CERU, kind of messy. So again, here's one that I wouldn't even put on the watch list. It's so messy. Potential bull flag forming, but again, if I can't play it the other way, I'm not even going to look at it. However, I may look at it over here to see what happens. And look, okay, so here's one that is not shortable. So I'm not going to have it. I'm going to leave it for right now just in case they do get shares to short. I am testing them. I want to see how often they get shares of these really subpar sub $1 ones. So I'm going to keep it on here just to keep an eye and see if they do get shares tomorrow. KEM held its highs. I'll put that on the watch list. DRWI, that is a mess. So there's some volume on this. Let me clear my drawings here. So this one's been running for a few days. It's at a critical level. It's falling in the after hours. I wouldn't put it on my watch list for Thinkorswim, but you know, what happens if there's a chance tomorrow, if I'm able to get shares to short and it's a stock that's able to be in play? You'll see as of right now, let's see. And not a lot, but there's 9,000 shares. So let's say I was watching this now. It's after hours right now. It's about 6 p.m. when I'm making this. Let's say I was, you know, not right now. I wouldn't want to necessarily short it. But let's say I was right after hours and I caught it up here and I could have just shorted it down. That's maybe a quick play I could have made after hours that I would have never had the ability to do with Thinkorswim. But I do have that availability with Interactive Brokers. So I'm going to keep that on my watch list to keep an eye on it for tomorrow. OPTT. Yeah, it's just messy. It's just ugly looking chart. I'm not going to put it on there. PPHM held its highs. It's been up there. Yeah, I'm going to put that on the watch list. But I'd also look at that right at the $5 mark. You know, right at, you know, getting close to a whole dollar amount. Let's see if Thinkorswim has shares to short. I doubt it. Look at that. Not to borrow. $5 stock. Can't get it. But let's see. PPHM. And look at that. At least 1 million shares. So look at that. Another stock I can add on my watch list. And I can watch it either way. So a lot of these, I don't even care what's going on with them. I just want the ability to be able to either long or short it. So then I can see tomorrow if there's volume, if there's news, if there's a catalyst, I can check support resistance and then decide from there what I want to do. PES, that is ugly. Kara. So this one's been just so volatile. Like it's just like been it's been ugly lately. And it's been a little bit of a challenge getting shares to short, even with Interactive Brokers. Right here, look at that. You can't even get shares to short with Thinkorswim. If I go over here to Interactive Brokers, let's see what they have. 105,000 now. It's a little bit more. So they do have shares to short, but again, even Thinkorswim didn't even have them. Axon, I will put that on the watch list. held its highs. Here, ENVV held its highs, not much volume. So here's another one that's a perfect example. Not a lot of volume, held its highs. It's been running. Look at that. It's been really running. There's no way you're going to get shares to short. Nope. But let's go over Interactive Brokers. What was that? ENVV. ENVV. And okay, not shares to short right now, but I'm going to keep it up there just to see if they can locate shares, just to test out. SDRL, it's got volume. It's just messy looking. May potentially run, but look at that. There's no way you're going to get shares to short here. Hard to borrow. SDRL. Now, sometimes I just fill up my watch list with some of these ones right here just to see if they have them. You'll see here there are at least 1 million shares to short. If I fill up my watch list here, what I'll do tomorrow morning is I'll pull up trade ideas and see what's running tomorrow. See if any of these are just kind of dead that I put on here, and I'll replace them with something that's running there. But again, I'm just trying to test out and see and stuff. But you can see there's shares to short of this 37-cent stock. So that's pretty cool. I've been liking seeing that. SDRL, not putting on the watch list. CRBP, there is volume here. I will put that on the watch list. Keep an eye on it. Potential shorting opportunity coming up to some potential resistance, so keep an eye on that one. But let's see if there are shares of Thinkorswim to look at that. Hard to borrow. You're not going to get them with Thinkorswim. And I will guarantee you that you'll get them with Interactive Brokers. So CRBP. And there you go. At least 97,000 shares. And you'll see here, hard to borrow. You're not getting them with Thinkorswim. $7 stock. Can't even get shares for short. That's ridiculous. IFON. Ugly, not putting it on. ARTH. Held its highs. Not the greatest of volume. I wouldn't put it on. I don't know if I'd put it on this watch. This is one you might want to watch. It's ugly, but again, ARTH. I'm having a lot of fun doing this, just testing out with Interactive Brokers lately. So I'll put it on here for right now. I'll remove it if my watch list gets big. ARDX. It's kind of not much volume. It's kind of ugly. I don't like it. IMMU held its highs, has some volume. Let's see if you're able to short. So here's one right here. Keep a look at it. It's not showing ETB, NTB, HTB, which means you should be able to short it, but I've had times that I haven't been able to short. So keep an eye on it, see what happens. I'll put it on the watch list. Just to keep an eye on it. But that's what to take a look at if you're looking to short. PBR/A. I mean, it held its highs. Let's see, there's shares to short. It shows easy to borrow, so it shows that there's shares to short if it potentially goes back. So PBR/A. I don't like these ones that have extra the backslashes and stuff on. I don't like them personally, but some people do. Held its highs, not a lot of volume, kind of messy. I don't really like that one. It's coming up to, so now it's at right, whole dollar amount, potential resistance here, potentially could fall back. So here you go. Let's look for if you can short, and you cannot short it. $10 stock, Thinkorswim, can't short it. So I mean, that's frustrating. If I have this on the watch list, not much volume, the only way you can play it is on the way up. You can't even play a $10 stock with Thinkorswim. NAO, messy, ugly looking. DSX, held its highs, not a lot of volume. $4 stock. So this is when I would say, okay, potentially coming up to some resistance. Is it going to go, or is it going to fall back down? If you look at Thinkorswim, you're not going to get it. Hard to borrow. However, let's see. DSX Shortable, yes, and there are at least 1.3 million shares. So look at that. Here's one that's running up, coming up to resistance, may go up, but if I put on Thinkorswim Watchlist, you can only play it up, but there's not a lot of volume. Who knows what it'll do tomorrow, and if it starts to fall tomorrow, I could play it on the other side with Interactive Brokers. APRN, kind of choppy, lots of volume. I don't like it. DRRX, lots of volume, choppy, kind of ugly. It's been running, but yeah, I don't know. See, that would be one again that I would look to potentially short. So let me just look at it here. DRRX. Again, there's no guarantees of whether you're gonna short something or not. You just got to watch what happens in the morning and see what happens. But there are shares to short. I don't love. Do I? I mean, it's coming up. Let me see back here. I mean, it's going up. I mean, it's got still a little bit of a potential to run. Let's see how many more stocks I have here. Yeah, there's still quite a few more that I got to do, so I'm not going to put it on. ALIM, don't like it. APPN, it's held its highs. It's been running. Potential for a pullback. Now it shows that it might be shortable, so keep an eye on it. I'll put it on just to see. It might run up, might pull back. What was that one? APPN. PPN. ANW. Ugh, ugly. Not going to put it on the watch list. CZZ. It's holding its highs. May have potential for a pullback. Easy to borrow, so you have the ability to potentially short it. It's coming up here on the 50-day moving average, so we can either reject and come back down or go up. So keep an eye on it. CZZ. And let's see, I'll put that over here. CZZ. Shortable. CYTX. That's one that has not. I think I was getting some issues lately with this one with Interactive Brokers. So keeping an eye up here, see if it goes and breaks out. Has a potential gap up to fill, but it might reject. You'll see here, not going to get it with Thinkorswim. I don't know if I'm going to get it with Interactive Brokers, because I think they've been having, that one's been a little bit challenging. Look at that. And 300,000 shares, so I'll keep it on my watch list over there. HTZ, good old Hertz, that's holding its highs. This one that is one that usually has shares available to short with Thinkorswim. So this is kind of a fun one to play both ways. Let's see if they have it. Looks like you should be able to short. So I will put that on the watch list with them. ENVA held its highs. Let's see if you can short it. Looks like you could if it goes either way. Not much volume, but keep an eye on it. You know, it might be a little bit, it's heading up there. It might be due for a little bit of a pullback or profit taking, so keep an eye on that one. ENVA. And last one is SALT. Borderline on the volume. Let me see. Might be coming up to some resistance areas here. Not going to get it with Thinkorswim. But let's see here. I say LT. And there's shares to short with them. So there you go. So that's on the watch list. I like to kind of show you both. So, you know, sorry to make it a little bit longer, but if you're considering, you know, moving brokers and stuff, just want to show you the availability of both brokers so you can decide what's best for you. So hopefully this video helped you. Enjoy your trading day tomorrow, and see you in the community, guys. Enjoy.